There are attacks that take hours. Some take days, but this one took less than 30 seconds. In the time it takes to tie your shoelaces, open a message, or look away from your screen, everything can be gone. Files, photos, business data, money, locked, encrypted, held hostage. This is not a movie, this is ransomware, and it's happening every single day. Across the world, individuals and businesses are losing thousands, sometimes millions, in seconds. Not because of advanced hacking skills, but because of one simple mistake. A click. One click is all it takes. And once it starts, it doesn't stop. Because ransomware is not just a virus, it's a system, a business, a global criminal operation designed to move fast, hit hard, and leave victims with only one choice: pay or lose everything. Ransomware is a type of malicious software, but that definition doesn't explain the reality. Because what it really does is take control. Once inside a device, ransomware begins to lock files. One by one, documents, images, videos, databases, everything becomes inaccessible. And then, a message appears. Your files have been encrypted. Pay a ransom to get them back. Usually the payment is demanded in cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, untraceable, fast, and irreversible. But modern ransomware doesn't stop there. It has evolved. Now, attackers don't just lock your files. They steal them first. Private data, sensitive documents, personal information. And then they threaten to leak it. This creates double pressure. Pay to unlock your files, or risk your data being exposed to the world. And in many cases, victims panic. Because the cost of losing everything feels worse than the cost of paying. Most people imagine hackers breaking into systems with complex code. But the truth is much simpler. Most attacks start with a message, an email, a link, an attachment. Something that looks normal. It could appear to come from a bank, a delivery service, a coworker, even a friend. The message feels urgent. Your account has been locked. Click here to verify. Download the document. And in that moment, the attacker is not hacking your system. They are hacking you. Because the goal is simple. Get you to click, and when you do, the door opens, the file downloads, the code executes, and the attack begins. No alarms, no warnings, just a silent entry point. And from there, everything happens fast. The moment the malicious file runs, the system is already compromised. In some cases, the attacker has already identified vulnerabilities in advance, meaning they don't need time to break in. They just need access. Once inside, the ransomware activates immediately. It scans the system, locates files, targets critical data, and begins encryption. Modern systems allow this process to happen incredibly fast. Within seconds, hundreds of files can be locked. Within minutes, entire systems can be disabled. For businesses, this can spread across networks. One infected device becomes many. Servers, databases, backups, all locked. And then, the message appears. A countdown, a demand, a price. $50,000 or more. And the timer starts ticking. Speed is not an accident. It is the strategy. Attackers design ransomware to move quickly for one reason: to remove your ability to react. The faster the attack, the less time you have to stop it. Many ransomware groups use pre-built tools, automated scripts, and known system weaknesses. They don't waste time guessing passwords or testing systems. They target known vulnerabilities. Outdated software, unpatched systems, weak security settings. These are the open doors. And once inside, everything is automated. No hesitation, no delay, just execution. Because in ransomware, speed equals success. So how do they make money? Simple. Pressure. Once the files are locked, the victim is given a choice. Pay the ransom or lose everything. The amount is not random. It is calculated. For individuals, it might be hundreds or thousands. For businesses, it can be tens of thousands. Even millions. Because attackers study their targets. They estimate what you can afford and what you are willing to lose. Then they push. deadlines, threats, warnings. Pay within 24 hours. Your files will be deleted. Your data will be leaked. And under pressure, many people pay. Because in that moment, it feels like the only option. Ransomware is not just technical. It is psychological. Attackers understand fear. They understand urgency. They understand human behavior. They know that when people panic, they make fast decisions. And fast decisions lead to mistakes. That's why the message is designed to scare you. Countdown timers, warnings in red text, threats of permanent loss. Everything is built to create pressure, because the goal is not just to lock your files. The goal is to make you act, quickly, emotionally, without thinking. And when that happens, the attacker wins. Ransomware is not rare, it is everywhere. Businesses shut down overnight. Hospitals lose access to patient data. Schools are forced offline. Individuals lose years of personal files. Photos, memories, work, gone in seconds. Some companies never recover. Some individuals never get their data back. And even when the ransom is paid, there is no guarantee. Because the attacker controls everything, they can unlock the files or disappear completely. And that uncertainty is part of the system. But there is a way to protect yourself. And it starts with awareness. Think before you click. Question unexpected messages. Verify links. Avoid unknown downloads. Keep your software updated, because updates fix the vulnerabilities attackers use. Use strong passwords. Enable extra security like two-factor authentication. And most importantly, back up your data regularly. Because if your data exists somewhere else, you don't have to pay. Backups are your safety net, your escape route, your defense against losing everything. Because in the end, ransomware is not just about technology. It is about control. Control over your data, your time, your decisions. And once that control is taken, it is very hard to get back. Right now, somewhere in the world, an attack is happening. A system is being locked. A message is appearing, and someone is being forced to decide. Pay or lose everything. If this opened your eyes, share this video. Because awareness is the first defense, and the more people understand how these attacks work, the harder it becomes for them to succeed. Stay alert, stay informed, because the next attack could happen in seconds.